Well, new signs popping up around Sacramento urge support for SB 404, and that's a bill that would update regulations around California's metal shredding industry. ABC 10's Becca Habegger set out to learn more about the proposed legislation behind the signs.
If the West El Camino Avenue I-5 exit here in South Natomas is on your commute, maybe you've noticed this sign or others like it popping up throughout the area. They're in support of SB 404 and say this proposed legislation would ultimately help with wildfire cleanup. After the Southern California wildfires from earlier this year and so many other destructive fires in California, debris, including burned out vehicles and homes, needs to be removed from the area before rebuilding can begin. Debris that contains metal can go to one of 10 metal shredding facilities throughout the state. They process end-of-life vehicles, appliances, and other forms of scrap metal, separate recyclable materials from non-recyclable materials, and then sell the recyclable materials and dispose of the rest.
These are companies that are already highly regulated, but they're also companies that we want and we need in California. Otherwise, the raw material will just be taken and trucked to Arizona or Nevada. That's actually worse for the environment than having them process the materials here and turn them into usable products like rebar.
Stuart Waldman is president of the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, which opposes SB 404 unless the bill is amended. The proposed legislation would add more layers of regulation to the metal shredding industry, which proponents, including the California Metal Recyclers Coalition, which is paying for these signs, say is needed.
Currently, both large and small shredders alike are operating in a state of uncertainty that puts their businesses at serious risk. SB 404 would rectify this situation by creating a clear and balanced regulatory program.
Bob Hoffman represented the California Metal Recyclers Coalition in this Senate committee hearing last week as members considered SB 404. Opponents say the bill needs to distinguish between the metal shredding operations owned by big national or even multinational companies and smaller family-owned metal shredders, like Pacific Auto Recycling Center in Lancaster, whose owner, Robert Hall, testified at the committee hearing.
For small shredders like ours, these burdens could force many of us to shut down, shrinking California's recycling capacity and weakening the circular economy.
The bill's author, Senator Ana Caballero, says she hears those concerns and she is continuing to work on the bill.
Small business is important, so I will continue to work with the remaining metal recyclers to ensure the unique needs of their business are being met.
In Sacramento, Becca Habegger, ABC 10.
As for what's next, the bill passed through one Senate committee last week and is set for another committee hearing in coming weeks.